Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Femi. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use recursive function in Python. So what is recursive function? Recursive function is a function that's run itself and it can be used to perform a specific operation on the same data. Let's assume that you are given a number like this and you are asked to convert this number to the normal human readable duration like this number. We know that in order to convert this number into human readable duration format like this, we need to find a way to get how many hours, minutes, and seconds in this number. We know that 60 seconds make 1 minute and 60 minutes make 1 hour. So that is a principle to get how many hours and how many minutes in a given number. So since we know that, we are going to use a recursive function to help us iterate through this number so that we can get how many minutes in this number and what will be the remaining seconds. So let me define a function, call it recurse func. Take the number as a parameter, the given number as a parameter. Then we check if the number is greater than or equal to 60, because we already know that 60 minutes make 1 hour, 60 seconds make 1 minute. So that is a principle that we are going to be using, and that is how we are going to check in order to perform the operation on this number, in order to give us either we are looking for the minutes or we are looking for the hours from the number given. So if number is greater than or equal to 60, what we do is we return the same function. When we pass the number to this function initially, the function will check if the number is greater than 60, because we are looking for how many minutes in this number, in this given number. So this function will then look for if the number is greater than 60. If the number is greater than 60, that means we can find 1 minute, at least 1 minute in the number. For that reason, the function will then recall itself and pass the same number that was given minus 60. It will continue to rerun the function until this number is no longer greater than or equal to 60. That is where the next code comes in. Then we then return the number. Since the main purpose of this function will be to get how many minutes in this given seconds. So how do we get how many minutes then? That is where we pass the second parameter. I call it counter. So the counter will be increased. So when we are running the function and we are deducting 60 from the number every time the number is greater than or equal to 60, what we do, the next parameter we need to pass to it is the counter. We are going to have to increase the counter by 1. This means that when the number is greater than 60, remove 60 from the number and increase the counter by 1. This counter will stand as the minutes. While the number will reduce, the counter will increase. Then when the condition is no longer met, what we do is to return the counter and the number. That's our recursive function. I will create another function here, call it main. Then let it receive a parameter of number. This is the function that we'll be calling to test our obligation. Seconds, minutes. This time around, I want to get how many minutes in this given number. Then I will call the recurse function for the recurse function. I pass the number. That's it. By doing this now, we'll be able to get how many minutes in this given number and what will be the remaining number, which will be our seconds. So let me print it out using f string minutes and seconds. Let me run the application. Python 3 recursive.py. Oh, I haven't called the main function. Then pass the number to it. Let's just pass any number. All again. Yeah, I need to pass the second argument, which will hold the minute, the counter, which will be the counter. Then when the function starts to run, the counter will increase depending on how many 60 we can get from this number. So let me run the function again. Okay, now we get 7 minutes and 16 seconds. So if we calculate it using a calculator, this is the number we will arrive at. Now let me increase the number. Let me say, okay. So let me save again. Okay, so now we get 68 minutes, 56 seconds. We know that 60 minutes make 1 hour, but here now we have a number that is more than 60 minutes. This means we need to be able to display the hours also when the number of minutes is greater than 60. How do we do it? We are going to first check if the given minute is greater than or equal to 60. Then if it's greater than or equal to 60, then we need to check for how many hours in the minute. We call the function again, hours, recursive function. Then we pass the minute that was gotten from the first call. We pass it as a first parameter, as a number parameter, and then we pass 0 as the counter. Hours. Now let me run the function again. Now we get 1 hour, 8 minutes and 56 seconds. By using the recursive function, we are able to divide the given number into hours, minutes and seconds. In a scenario where the minute is not up to 60 minutes, we might get an error. In fact, let me just check it. Let me reduce the number and run it again. So we get an error because the hours is not defined, because this condition here is not met. That means the system will not see this hour. Because of that, I will have to define the hours variable up here. Now if I run it again, I run the function again, now we can see 0 hours, 6 minutes and 56 seconds. In order to make these numbers a double-digit figures, I will have to add some other conditions. Now if we run the program again, this number has been converted to double-digit figure. So now we have 0 hours, 6 minutes and 56 seconds. Let me increase the number. I want to use this to show you the limit of recursive function. I will increase the number, so I will rerun the program again. Okay, as you can see, there is an error. The error says recursion error, maximum recursion depth exceeded. So this means that there is a limit to which we can use a recursive function. the purpose of this video is to show you how you can actually use a recursive function. We can use it to perform different operations depending on your needs. You need to be mindful of how many times, what kind of data you use to perform the recursive function, so that it will not keep running over and over again. And if it's run and exceeded the limits of Python will trigger an exceptional error. This is how you can use a recursive function. Though this code that we write here can also be, you can also use a loop to achieve the same goal. For example, you can simply say while number is greater than or equal to 60. Oh, hold on. Greater than or equal to 60. Number minus 60. Counter plus 1. Then return number and counter. This code is going to give us the same result, and it is not going to trigger any error. Let me run it. As you can see, it gives us the result. Let me put large number. The recursive function will not be able to help us with. Let me run again. As you can see, it gives us the same result. So in many cases, you may consider first to use a while loop or any type of loop if it can be used to perform the operation you want to perform. You should only consider using recursive function when it is needed and when you don't have large amount of data to operate, in order for it to not reach the limits. I hope you understand what I mean. Okay, so this for today. This is how we can use a recursive function. Let me take it back to the recursive. If you find this video useful, please like it. Also share the knowledge with your friends by sharing the video with them. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video.